that's one of the topics that just came across the sports tickers. But
here's another comment. And I would like to be an NFL quarterback who gets paid to throw picks every week. Great. Something else for him to be mediocre at is another comment.
Well, Jerry Jones will just keep saying, I got my future quarterback and we're going to win some Super Bowls with this guy.
Here's another one. The Manning reference is for the work he puts in preparing, not play calling. That's just great. Even his play calling would be intercepted. Oh, my God. Okay, so with the season on the line, you drop back, do what? That's right, throw an interception for a touchdown. Woohoo! Cowboy fans would like Romo to be a quarterback someday. Don't see either happening anytime soon. I like that one. Cowboy fans would like Romo to be a quarterback someday. Don't see either of that happening anytime soon. That's beautiful.
You know what the worst case scenario could be? Suppose he was coach of the New York Giants. I know Jeff would be, or an offensive coordinator with the Giants. Would Jeff blow up?
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just funny. Great, man.
That's
Fans
funny.
are just ripping him alive, man. That's
Jerry
right
Jones was saying a few weeks ago, he goes, you know what? I not only guarantee a Super Bowl, I guarantee we're going to win lots of games and we're going to win the whole thing.
He ain't winning crap. What? Just like the freaking Pittsburgh Pirates. And I'll bring it right back to that again. How about that?
Well, come on. It's been, 18 years since the last Cowboys Super Bowl. And that was
18? Do you know that the Cowboys had a Super Bowl played on their in their home field before they actually won one recently?
Mm-hmm.
It's been 18 years?
It's been 18 years, Jeff. That was when Aikman won the Super Bowl, and they had Emmitt Smith, Leon Lett, and Barry Switzer was their coach. I remember they beat Pittsburgh.
How many playoff games have they won in the last 10?
Well, let's see. They've lost 8 of the last 9 playoff games.
8 of the 9 last playoff games.
Always in heartbreak, Seattle.
Well, that's the way Tony Romo does it. And if you think he's going to be better this year, you got another thing coming, boys and girls.
You're smoking something pretty bad if you think Tony Romo is going to be the guy that can lead. He's only won 1 playoff game. He's never even won 1 Super Bowl. Brady's won 3, Eli Manning's won 2, Peyton Manning's won 1. And now Jerry Jones thinking that he's going to be the best quarterback of all time. I don't know what he's thinking right there. That's why he gave him that big 6-year deal, that extension.
I'm telling you, man, world's coming to an end.
But you know what? If the Cowboys were to win it, and I know how you are about ifs, Jeff, then he would say, hey, how about them Cowboys? We won it on the Giants football field up here in New York.
Hey, you know that Nate Robinson went to the Denver Nuggets?
Yep.
How crazy is that?
But Denver's going to be the team, in my opinion, that won't be as big as they were last year.
How about this? Okay, Nate Robinson, thank you so much for getting us through this year. Derrick Rose is back. Now you're gone. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. It's basically what happened. And you said at the end of your freaking update that Derrick Rose says that he's the best NBA player?
Yeah, and that's who my rat bastard candidate is, because he's not even close. The guy was injured all throughout the year.
I agree with you 100%. How do you sit on the bench all year and say you're the best player in the NBA? Scratch my balls.
And of course, everybody, I have the Rat Bastard of the Month. I got all the candidates memorized in my head about who we have for the Rat Bastard of the Month.
So who did we do this month for the Rat Bastard?
Well, let's see, real quickly. We got time here. First candidate we have is Jim Buss for not getting, for what he did with Dwight Howard and then Mike D'Antoni. Remember that?
Yeah.
The second candidate we have is Wes, because he's been talking smack and saying the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to win the World Series.
Okay. Who else we got?
Last week, on July 19th, we had Gary Bettman for screwing up the whole NHL realignment thing.
And today is
Derrick Rose. Those are your 4 candidates.
Those are your 4 candidates, and we need one for the month, right?
I'm going to go with Gary Bettman.
I'm with you. I am totally with you on that.
How the heck do
totally
you
with
put
you on
Detroit in the Eastern Conference? That's all screwed up.
I'm totally with you on that. Let's do that.
Gary Bettman.
Gary
oh
Bettman
my
is
gosh.
the rat bastard of the month. He's also the vice president of Moron Island, if I remember correctly. Right?
Yeah.
He is the vice president of Moron Island, and the president of Moron Island is?
Bud Selig.
There you go, without hesitation.
I was like looking at the candidates. I said it's got to be Gary Bettman, and I said Jeff would agree with me, and I know Laura would easily agree with me because
totally agree,
that whole
man.
thing is screwed up.
That whole thing is screwed up. He's a schmuck, and hopefully, let's see. Hopefully he'll realize that after watching the season unfold, and maybe he'll move Detroit next year over to the Central.
Oh gosh,
which would be smart.
I don't know about that.
What he really needs to do is move Detroit to the Central, take Washington and another team and move them into the Atlantic, okay, and take Buffalo and Boston and move them to the Metropolitan. That's what really needs to be happening.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate to tell you that, but that's what he needs to do. He needs to fix it really bad. He really does. He really, really does. And one of these days, I'm going to do a Google Hangout on it.
If Gary Bettman was on the show, oh my gosh, Jeff would just be lighting him up with questions.
Yeah, why can't you realign it this way? Let me tell you how to do your job. Realign it this way.
Then he probably would be like, click, I'm hanging up, just like
I'm telling you, we wouldn't get through half of the
interviews.
We wouldn't get through half of the interviews. We're supposed to because they hang up on us.
And then he probably would say, and then you probably ask him and hit him with the television and the Versus Network and NBC Sports Network when the NBA has nights off when they're not on TV.
And I would never get them on again. They would never be able to come. They would never come on the show again. So hey, that don't bother me. You think that bothers me? That don't bother me one bit. I don't give a flying fig what you think. To tell you the truth, you're wrong. You're not doing it the correct way. I have to tell you how to do it the correct way. Right, Sean?
Right.
Okay, so Gary Bettman is the rat bastard of the month. The rat bastard of this week was...
I went with Derrick Rose because how the heck can you say you're the best NBA player when you were missing a lot of the season last year?
You sat out the whole season. The whole entire season he sat out. You say you're the best player in the NBA? Scratch my balls. That's ridiculous, dude. I don't...
And here's the thing. If he came on the air, if he came on our show, he probably would say, he goes, well, I was out for the whole season, but I'm going to be the best player next season and MVP and win an NBA championship.
Well,
that's exactly what he would say.
Well, you know something? And then I would have turned around to him and I would have said, Derrick Rose, that's what you should have said instead of what you said. I got no problem with what you just said. I got a problem with what you said before, that you're the best player in the NBA when you sat your entire ass, when you sat the entire season on your ass. I have a problem with that. But if you said it the way you just said it, I got no problem with it.
Exactly.
You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
The difference is he's saying that he's the best player in the NBA. How the hell do you know that? You sat your ass down the whole season. Now, if you say, I'm going to be the best player in the upcoming NBA season and we're going to win a championship, that I got no problem with. It's the other way he said it that I got a big problem with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, too, is that fix your little sentence there. Don't get your story wrong, because what you're saying right now got a lot of critics on you.
Has Welcher Boy paid off yet?
I don't know if Welcher Boy has, but I know if he doesn't, I know throughout the whole season, and especially when the Packers play in New York, you're going to be probably posting on Facebook and Twitter and saying, hey, look, everybody, there's Aaron the Rodgers Welcher man, Welcher Boy.
I think I'm going to name our NFL Pick'em, Pro Pick'em, because we're going to have our NFL Pro Football Pick'em League again this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to name it Welcher Boy League.
Oh, great. Yeah, Browning, I know you would be thrilled about that. What if LeBron James...
Boy. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to call it Welcher Boy. What if LeBron James called the show? I would ask him if he's on PEDs.
Oh, Browning, yeah. We would have to ask him, hey, LeBron, even though you won 2 championships and you're the most popular player, did you take some PEDs there?
Have you taken any PEDs? Because there's some people in the NBA that are taking PEDs, and I would just like to know if you are one of them. And if he says no, click, then okay, we were done. If he says no, I'm not, and he doesn't hang up on us, then the next question is, how's your off season been going, LeBron? And then we'll go into the interview. You know, if he stays on, great. If he doesn't, oh well. At least we had him on for a second, right?
Yeah.
Because that would be wild. Because Tony Bosch has evidence of athletes taking steroids in boxing, tennis, MMA, the NBA, and the NFL, besides Major League Baseball. So why aren't these other leagues doing anything about it? Well, the NFL just suspended another guy. Well, I just threw it out there, and don't get me crazy. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he did. I have no idea. Please don't send me the email saying you're a freaking liar.
Real quickly before we get off the air, I found out who the player was, Jeff, who got suspended by Denver. Von Miller.
Von Miller, thank you. Von Miller.
Yep.
So don't say, but I'm just saying, if there's players in the NBA taking PEDs, how do we know LeBron's not one of them? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And on that note, we're getting out of here. I'm not saying he is. Please, I know he's not. I'm just saying. And on that note, we're getting out of here. We'll see you all on Monday next week. Have a great sports weekend. Until then, my friends, that is Sean Mann. I am Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you on Monday.
Later.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty